Alright everybody, welcome back to the channel. It's Matt here from ChillTCG. Today we're going to be taking a look at the Grand Finals match from the 456 player Chill Series number 26 tournament. We got a great finals match here. We got, of course, our guy Gabriel Smart here playing Eternatus VMAX with hammers, just straight E-turn, against, of course, Nico's 8-8 there. He is playing Rapid Strike Urshifu VMAX. Now, of course, Urshifu VMAX, Rapid Strike, probably a bit favored in the matchup with dojos. With other sort of damage modifications here. Giratina as well. Scoop Up Net Engine to get rid of that weakness guard energy on Gabe's E-turns. But you know what? It should be a great matchup. Both players phenomenal. Both players know exactly what they're doing going into this matchup. So I'm very, very excited to get to be able to watch this right here and share it with you guys for sure. Gabe here. Starting off with the Crobat, not super ideal when you're going against Urshifu ever, but that Crobat is going to be, important anyway to be on the bench there. And Nikos is actually starting with the Goon, which isn't really great for either player. Well, it's good for Gabe, but the starts for both either player not that great. Gabe is going to be going second here. He does have the Swell in hand, which is going to be very important to get rid of those dojos. So very, very good for him to have that. Of course, we see a Quick Ball in hand, Switch, Palpad, and Crushing Hammers. Nico's here. He's going to start right off. He's going to go ahead and calm away the Giratina, find the Urshifu, attach the fighting energy to it. We're going to see an Air Balloon from the... Okay, so Air Balloon's going straight onto the Urshifu, and we're going to see him scoop up that Zigzagoon. Now he's going to Quick Ball it away, actually, and he's going to go ahead and grab his Jirachi. Now he will be able to, of course, free retreat into that Jirachi and get a nice Stellar Wish off on his first turn. Only 2 cards in his hand, probably a supporter or 2, I would imagine. Mainly, of course, just because he hasn't played the cards yet. But we're going to go ahead and see the Stellar Wish off here right off the bat, and he finds the Research. Okay, so maybe his hand isn't supporters, but maybe it's another Pokemon, maybe it's Energy, maybe it's VMAX Energy, and now he has Research in hand. We're going to see the Crushing Hammers come out immediately. That's a heads. Always good. Now, Urshifu doesn't really mind too much about the Crushing Hammer heads. 1 turn attachment, 150, you are hitting for weakness, so, shouldn't be too big of a deal for him, but you never like to get hit with the Hammer heads. We're going to see the Chaotic Swell come out from Gabe here on the first turn, and then he's going to go ahead and turn 1 Marnie him as well. Drawing him into 4 cards here. Hopefully these 4 cards aren't, terrible for Nikos, but you know what? Sometimes it just goes like that, you know what I'm saying? I apologize if the stream quality is a little bit low. Of course, Gabe is screen sharing, and he is streaming on Twitch at the same time as well, so that's why the quality might be a little bit low. If you guys haven't checked out Gabe Smart's Twitch stream, definitely go check him out at Gabriel_Smart TCG. All right, so getting into Nico's hand here, he's got the Mew in hand and the Pokegum. He's going to calm away that Mew. He will be grabbing the VMAX here, so you got to assume he's got something in his hand to progress his hand further, maybe a draw supporter, maybe just a supporter in general, but he's going to opt to go ahead and grab that VMAX. Pretty important for him. He grabs the Switch, which is going to be huge, gives him a way to switch out of that Jirachi, and now we're going to see him go ahead and just go straight into that Urshifu VMAX, that beautiful alternate art, and he's actually going to research away his hand, which was Boss's Orders, and another card, which I unfortunately did not see there. Gabe Smart's hand, only 2 cards in it. He's got the Great Ball, Quick Ball, but that's fine. He's going to be able to go ahead and grab the Crobat V. All right, Nico's here, kind of shuffling back and forth between his Stellar Wishes, his Jirachi. He's just trying to probably find an energy to put onto this Urshifu here so that he can most definitely get at least some attack off. I already played a supporter, so we're not going to see a Boss's Orders come out, but he's actually going to go ahead and Dedenne away his hand here, getting rid of a ton of draw supporters and another boss, as well as a second Jirachi, so really fishing for that energy, and he does find it. He does find it, so he's down 2 boss, 2 research, and I believe 1 Marnie. So already losing a lot of resources early on, but does get the KO on that Yveltal. It doesn't spell too great things for Nikos here going further into this match. Definitely going to be a little bit difficult for him to continue. But Gabe Smart here, we're going to see him does find the E-turn VMAX, and he's able to Great Ball for that Crobat, which is very, very nice. Can we find a weakness card energy here? Not yet, but potentially might be able to find it at some point here. He's going to bench the second E-turn. He's going to Great Ball again. He's going to grab that E-turn VMAX just to have it. And it looks like he's going to go ahead and Marnie away his hand here. And hopefully draws into that, draws into that weakness card energy. Misses it. Unfortunately, does have the Crobat in hand. But we are going to see the Crushing Hammers hit, so that's the second one in a row here. And he's going to get a nice only 150 off on the Urshifu. So now we're going to have to see a double switch for Nikos to get the KO here on this E-turn. Actually, he's not going to be able to because that Chaotic Spell is active, and I don't believe that Urshifu, or Nico's list at least, is running the Marshadow. Would have been really good. Marshadow would have been really good in this specific matchup. That Chaotic Spell is extremely important right now when playing E-turn VMAX, because every Rapid Strike Urshifu VMAX right now seems to be, of course, playing the dojos. Except here we go with the Phoebe, which is interesting. Yeah, he's going to discard that. I was like, I don't think Phoebe's going to be that useful in the matchup. What we could see here from him is maybe just a strafe shot into this E-turn VMAX, setting up potentially a KO from the from the VMAX. He is actually just going to go into the VMAX here, Urshifu VMAX, and he's going to go ahead and Marnie away his hand. So potentially looking to just get some damage off on this E-turn VMAX. He already took one prize card early in the game, so if he does KO this E-turn VMAX, he's just one boss's orders away from winning the game, potentially just with another attack here. We see a third hammer in Gabe's hand here, as well as a Palpad. He's going to go ahead and Palpad both of those Malalanas back into the deck. Pretty interesting for sure. And we're going to see the Zigzagoon ping come out here, kind of deciding which one he wants to ping onto, but he will be getting the KO on this Urshifu VMAX, which is definitely really good, taking an early 3 prize cards. Now this E-turn VMAX most likely not living this turn, but you know what? Not going to be that bad for Gabe, although he doesn't have any energy on his board. So again, the only thing that Nikos really needs to do right now, so he does find the energy. If he finds the VMAX here, which he is going to be able to grab with the Pokécom, going to be a really good turn here in his board state. His overall sort of progression in the game is a little bit better. The fact that Gabe did not or does not have any energy on a bench D-turn right now means that he's just at least 2 turns away from attacking with anything else, while as Nico here is taking 3 prize cards, and he's going to go down to 2, which again is, like I said, another just boss's orders away from getting the KO there and taking his last prize cards. Because again, Crobat, weak to the to the Urshifu for sure. He whiffs that hammer, which is a little bit unfortunate, right? But you already hit 2 in a row earlier in the game, so maybe it's just about time. We're gonna see him draw 2 cards off the Crobat, and they are both energies. A little bit unfortunate here. We could see a Power Accelerator off, but he doesn't really have anything to attach that energy to, unfortunately. Debating here what he wants to do. We could see him, so he's going to go ahead and switch to the Goon and Marnie, hoping that he's kind of keeping Nikos at bay at least, from finishing off this game this turn. But Nikos, again, all he needs is like an energy and a boss, right? And that's going to be the game. Gabe is going to go ahead and concede that game. Kind of just seems like it's an uphill battle nonetheless. A preemptive concession there, not going to lie. Could have maybe pulled it out in the end, but, I think Gabe was definitely feeling the pressure from that Urshifu VMAX. Obviously pretty unfortunate for him. But again, it's not a great matchup. Not a great matchup at all. It's going to be a little bit hard for him to pull away here with this Game 2 win. Just not a good matchup, right? Not a good matchup at all. People playing Rapid Strike Urshifu right now are teching really properly in the deck for things like E-turn VMAX and Pikachu and Zekrom, right? Those are 2 really good decks in the format right now that Rapid Strike Urshifu has good matchups against, and it wants to make sure that it can win those matchups consistently, right? So that's going to be important going into this the next few weeks of this format. E-turn VMAX, of course, very good. It made it all the way to the finals. We even had a peak in top 8 as well. So you kind of just have to keep in mind that even though Rapid Strike Urshifu is one of the most popular decks in our format right now, one of the best decks, and it is, of course, a great deck against those 2 decks that I mentioned. I don't know if we're going to see a decrease in play from the E-turn VMAXs or the peak ROMs in future tournaments. We'll cover it all in the metagame in a little bit, but that being said, we're going to get straight into game number 2 here. Both players rocking their Players' Cup 3 sleeves. Of course, both players did qualify. Awesome to see that. And Gabe is rocking his, of course, beautiful World's Championship Tournament sleeves. So you love to see that. He's going to be like, give him the good luck. You know what I'm saying? It's, always good sportsmanship here at Chill Series. He's going to go ahead and decide to go first because he did lose the coin flip. Nikos is like, man, I'm about to win this tournament here. I'm feeling good. But you know what, Gabe, if he has anything to say about it, he's going to stay on top here. Starting with the Chaotic Spell yet again, which is always good for him, right? It didn't end up mattering last game per se, but it always is very good. And Nikos is starting with that Giratina. Never too bad because, of course, you do run 4 Scoop Up Nets, but not something necessarily that you would like to start your game with while Gabe does get that great starting hand with the Yveltal. He's going to attach to the E-turn here. And now doesn't really have anything progressive in his hand per se, but he is going to be able to at least attack with that E-turn VMAX next turn and get a Goon Ping off as well. So we're kind of playing off the top deck for Gabe here. We'll see what Nikos does. Starting off yet again with a Pokecom, and he is going to come away with that Rapid Strike Urshifu VMAX and potentially just grabbing the V. And going to set up here, yeah. Probably the right play. Probably the right play from Nikos here. Again, it's your most important card in this matchup. The hammers are going to be pretty good here. We do see the double Rapid Strike energy attached. I don't know if Nikos has anything else in his hand to play this turn, but we'll see here. He's actually going to go ahead and Boss's Orders up that E-turn preemptively, which is actually very interesting for sure. And now we're going to see him actually just get some early damage off. And he's going to do it anyway. Getting this early damage off on this E-turn V is actually really important because no matter what, it puts your Gabe's E-turn VMAX in range of getting KO'd from the Urshifu VMAX next turn, right? So technically right now, if Gabe evolves this E-turn VMAX, it goes up to 308 or 280 HP, which is going to be in range no matter what of the Urshifu VMAX, Gale Thrust attack, unless we see a weakness card come out, which definitely could. Gabe top decks the Marnie here, definitely going to be really good. He's kind of debating, like, I don't know if I really actually want to attach that energy. It's, obviously better for me to go ahead and search and try to find the weakness card. Draws in a Hammer, which is going to be pretty beneficial for him, although we do see the second Urshifu on Nikos' board. Does hit that heads yet again, and now he's kind of debating, do I attach this Dark Energy, or do I Crobat first and hopefully draw into a weakness guard, because potentially we could see this E-turn VMAX getting KO'd here if Nikos has the cards he needs in hand. So kind of an awkward position from Gabe. We are going to see him switch in and attach the Dark Energy and whiffs the weakness guard either way. So turns out to be probably the most correct play overall. And he's going to try to get a KO on Nikos' Urshifu V here in the active spot. Going to be a little bit difficult for him. He needs, of course, 7 Pokemon in play total. And currently he has 5. So he needs 2 more Pokemon down on his board to get the KO on this Urshifu VMAX. And doesn't look like he's going to be able to do that this turn, which is a little bit unfortunate. Of course, not getting the KO on anything this turn is not going to be exactly what Gabe wants. Kind of debating, do I burn the Switch again, go into the Yveltal? Probably your best decision, just to kind of keep you as safe as possible. Now we're going to make it that much harder for Nikos to get the KO on your E-turn VMAX this turn. And we'll see here. So he attaches to the bench. Probably a better play here. He's going to quick ball away the third Urshifu V. I'm not sure what he just grabbed there. Okay, yeah. So he grabbed the Jirachi. We could see a switch in his hand. Okay, so we're going to see the Marnie. Not super good for Gabe, but realistically not that terrible. E-turn usually deals pretty well with being Marnied between all the Pokemon search, the draw supporters in hand, being able to find Crobats, things like that. We do see the... Was it the air balloon? Yeah, so the air balloon was attached to the Urshifu. He switches into the Jirachi, and now we see a quick ball off that Stellar Wish here, and he's going to attach a second air balloon to the other Urshifu VMAX, which is definitely going to be beneficial in the long run. Always good to have that free retreat pivot and make it that much easier to get the double switch out to get the full effect from Gale Thrust with Urshifu VMAX. Now Nico's kind of sitting idle. I don't know if he has anything else in his hand. I know he has a quick ball. He's actually going to go ahead and bench that second Jirachi, and he's going to go ahead and do a nice little Scoop Up Net Jirachi loop real quick. Going to go into the second Jirachi. Now he's going to go ahead and pop the quick ball. So now we could see a Crobat come out. Or second Dedenne. Okay, yeah. All the same. Just making sure he draws that extra card. Discarding another boss. I don't know how many boss are in his discard. I think it's either 1 or 2. This game might come down to having it in hand, right? Or just, drawing into a boss's orders. Because if he's forced to just KO the single prizer here, I think he'll be able to KO that E-turn VMAX pretty easily. And after that, it just comes down to having boss and KOing that Crobat or an E-turn V or whatever 2 prizer might be on Gabe's bench. Okay, so we actually see a pass here, which is pretty good. Pretty good indeed for Gabe here, because he does have the boss in hand, right? So he's going to be able to get a nice KO on that Urshifu V on Nikos' bench, which is important, right? Definitely pretty important, because Gabe now is going to be able to at least take some prize cards and kind of stop Nikos' next turn, per se. Or at least stop anything too crazy from Nikos' next turn. Of course, he could evolve, switch in, and still KO the E-turn VMAX, because we do not see a weakness energy on the VMAX yet from Gabe. I'm kind of debating what his best play is right now. he's like, do I actually KO that Giratina to kind of remove the chance of him ever, knocking off my weakness guard energies? And that's actually a really important play. He attaches the Dark he attaches the Dark to his other E-Turn V here. He's going to go ahead and Quick Ball for the Crobat, draw an extra 5, does find the double VMAX, as well as the Zigzagoon here. So he's going to evolve that benched E-Turn V, missing on all his weakness guard energies so far this game. And now he's like, do I just put down this Goon? Is it worth it? Do I actually just, why not, right? Not necessarily needed for this KO, but eventually might be needed, right, in case you do get Marnied. He doesn't have 7 Pokemon in play, right, so that could be the difference. This might be a pretty good idea, actually, from Gabe to put down that Zigzagoon. Decides not to. Not a terrible play either way. All subjective. He's gonna get the KO on that Giratina, which is good for sure, because now Nikos is unable to knock off any weakness guard energies, which is going to be extremely, extremely important. Of course, if he finds the energy, the switch, and the VMAX, Nikos is going to be able to KO this E-Turn VMAX, but needs to go through another 3 prize Pokemon, which by then Gabe hopefully should be able to find, of course, the weakness guard energy, which will make things a little bit more difficult, right, to win this matchup. We do see the VMAX here. Already has the energy, and attaches the second one as well. Now we're going to go ahead and see the switch here, the Scoop Up Net. Could we see... Yeah, okay, so we're just going to see the Gale Thrust. That'll do a nice 300 even. Taking 3 prize cards for Nikos, but like I said, because he missed that KO on the single prize Yveltal last turn, putting him in a position to where now he has to go through the VMAX or take another turn to get the KO here. Still no weakness guard energy for Gabe. Kind of debating, is it something I really need to dig for? I think for sure it's going to be almost incredibly important to get that weakness guard energy onto your VMAX here. We're going to see the Great Ball, whips on the Great Ball. And now kind of deciding, do I Marnie here and disrupt Nikos' hand? Do I research here to increase my chances of drawing, of course, that weakness guard energy? Kind of a catch-22 here. Hard situations, but something that Gabe Smart, a great player, probably knows the best thing to do here. He elects to go for the Marnie to disrupt the hand, but unfortunately we do not see the weakness guard energy. Looking through the game logs, he's like, have I literally not hit it once? No, bro, you haven't hit it once. They're all still in your deck, unfortunately. Very unfortunate. We see the hammer come out. That's Tails. So now maybe, I don't think, has he Crobatted this turn? No. I don't know if he's Crobatted. He's checking. So he drew Crobat V. So all these are drewing. Draw cards, yep. All right. He's like, I'm going for it, my man. And there's the whiff on the weak guard. Very unfortunate. Extremely unfortunate. Definitely could have been the difference between him winning this game or losing this game. Now, Nico's just a boss's orders away. And potentially, that probably doesn't even actually matter. Because of course, he's probably going to need boss eventually. But now, of course, he doesn't. He can get it this turn or next turn and most likely just win anyway because he's KOing something here this turn, and then he can boss up a 2-prizer. So he has another turn where Gabe has at least 2 turns of KOs. So he has to KO 2 things to inevitably win this game. Gabe's thinking like maybe my best shot is to just get damage off onto this Urshifu VMAX, and kind of hope that he doesn't have a way to double switch out. Might be his best play. Well, it was interesting to see him retreat into this E-Turn VMAX. Again, I don't know if there was a better play, and missing that weakness guard was really the most important thing here. I don't think Gabe has seen like maybe just one weakness guard throughout this entire game. But we are going to see a free retreat into that Jirachi, which will give him another chance to find a switching option. He's actually going to go ahead, Quick Ball, away the Phoebe, and potentially grab another draw supporter to draw some more cards here. Grabs the Jirachi-GX, so he could be pitching this away as well. And there's the research. So no boss here. He doesn't need it. All he needs is the double switch. Now the odds of him finding a switch card are almost extremely likely there. And he's going to go ahead. Free retreat. He's going to Stellar Wish, which means he doesn't actually have it in his hand after all of that, which is kind of insane. And there it is. So that's going to be... well, it's actually technically not the game because he's still not KOing this E-Turn VMAX with... Okay, so he's looking for boss, I suppose. Although Gabe has Marnie in hand, so I think you need to get damage off on this E-Turn VMAX, like no matter what. Realistically, this turn, because you do have another Urshifu V in your on your board that you could potentially use to get another KO next turn. Eternatus VMAX, man, it just has a lot of HP. Just a whole lot of HP. He's going to just burn through all of his switching cards. Probably a smart decision, right? Burning through most of the cards in your deck, excluding Boss's Orders, increases the chances of you drawing into Boss's Orders after you get Marnied once or twice, right? We're going to go see him calm away the Urshifu V. And now he's grabbing the VMAX, and he's going to go ahead and evolve that second one on his bench. Probably his best decision. And now he attached the energy to that, which is extremely good. If he has another switching option, which I assume he does. I don't think he would have burned all of his switching options, yeah. So he's going to go ahead and play that last switch. Now he's going to go into an Urshifu VMAX, which can live a hit from an E-turn. So definitely putting him at a distinct advantage going into this game. And there's the weakness card off the top of the deck. Pretty ironic. Pretty unfortunate for Gabe. Having it this turn would have been very, very ideal. I'll tell you what. Now Gabe is in a very tricky situation. Very, very tricky situation. You know, he's got to decide, do I Marnie this turn? Hopefully he doesn't have boss. Or do I go ahead and you know, just retreat out, try to, you know, buy myself some time. It's not looking too great, although, you know, he could potentially retreat, hope that Nico doesn't have it like that, and then set up another E-turn VMAX on his bench next turn to try to go ahead and attack with that, and hopefully by then have Boss's Orders as well. So now he's debating. I mean, he could technically take the KO on the VMAX with one of his single prize Pokemon like Yveltal, which could be really, really big for sure. And maybe that is his best play, but then again, he's going to have to find a way to switch out, which would require him to either research or Marnie. So going to be pretty huge. Nico's down a lot of switching options in his deck. Gabe here attaching to that Yveltal doesn't really seem to be that important, mainly just because he's not going to be able to boss this turn. And if you attack this Urshifu, you're still not doing enough, although you do have the Goon Ping. So you could Goon Ping, you know, research for switch, try to, of course, find draw into a switch card, attack this Urshifu, and then set up for a KO with E-turn VMAX next turn. But not too great. Does find the switch, which is pretty big. He does find the other VMAX as well, which is pretty sweet for Gabe. He's just like, what am I doing right now? It's a very tricky situation to be in for sure. Extremely difficult situation. I do not envy Gabe. And he's actually just staying in. So he's going to switch into, okay, so this is smart. He's switching into the E-turn VMAX, which can live a hit, which is pretty huge. Pretty huge for sure. Now kind of definitely forcing Nico to have boss, right? That's what this matchup has now come down to. What matchups almost always come down to, but of course Nico's has the advantage because he just needs one more KO. There's a lot of Pokemon with damage on them already, a lot of Pokemon that he can KO here. He's going to say, well played below, good GG for result. So, looks like he probably has it in hand here. We're going to see him attach. Oh, he's going to go ahead and just Rapid Flow. Yeah, which of course I forgot that was a possibility. Urshifu VMAX, man. Absolutely insane card. That damage spread to the bench. Insane. That's going to be it. That's going to be the grand finals for Chill Series number 22. Congrats, Nikos, for winning this massive 456 player event. Rapid Strike Urshifu VMAX, an absolutely fantastic deck. You know, not much I can say there. Big congrats to Gabriel Smart, right, for winning so many games, going on an absolutely great comeback, making it all the way to finals. Unfortunately, hitting that tough matchup, but played it absolutely phenomenal all the way through. Absolutely great player. So congrats to both of them. Hope you guys enjoy. I've been Matty from Chill TCG. You know, Chill Series tournaments. They're every Wednesday. Every Wednesday night. They're absolutely stellar. I highly suggest that you play in them. Don't forget to click like. Don't forget to subscribe. And, of course, do not forget to, you know, keep doing you. I don't know. I never had to know how to end these videos. I'm going to get out of here, guys. Matty from Chill TCG. I'll see you guys later. Thanks for watching.